UFC London is tomorrow, and here are my picks. First fight of the night, I got Dyer. She did lose her Contender Series fight and still got the contract, but Ravina Oliveira's on a 2-fight losing streak. I got Dyer. Then guys, this fight is really hard to pick for. I am leaning Shem Rock, but I don't think either of these guys are very good. Al-Salwati hasn't fought in 2 years, so I don't really know his game. Shem looked pretty bad against Evloev, does not look very UFC level. Al-Salwati got knocked out in his last fight 2 years ago. I really don't know, man. I don't think either of these guys are amazing. I think Shem Rock's Paddy Pimblett plot armor is going to win him this fight, honestly. Then next up, I got Brando Paratic against Louis Sutherland. Louis Sutherland is a Walter Walker heel hook victim, so we have not seen too much of his game. Brando Paratic is only 5-1, but he's had a nice UFC debut, and he's from City Kickboxing, so I got him. Then I got Mantas Contradevicius against Antonio Tracull. Traculli's on a losing streak. Contradevicius is much younger and is very hungry. I got Contradevicius. Then in what is the biggest lock on the whole card, I got Mario Pinto against Felipe Franco. It is 11-0 versus 10-1, so the records are similar, but don't let that fool you. Mario Pinto is way better than Franco. Franco lost to Freddie Vidal in Dana White's Contender Series in one of the most sloppy DWCS fights of all time. Vidal took it on very short notice as well, if I remember correctly. The fight was so bad, Dana didn't give Vidal a contract for finishing Franco, which is almost unheard of on the Contender Series. So he let him come back at the end of the season to try again, and then Vidal got brutalized. So that loss to him did not age well at all. I'm saying all this to tell you I got Pinto. Then I like the underdog in Nathaniel Wood against Losine Keita. I just think it's kind of bogus to bet on Keita as a favorite against Wood. If he was like a nice underdog, I would understand. He's 16-1, has some nice outside of the UFC experience, but in his debut, getting Nathaniel Wood is a very tough challenge. He is a very wild fighter, has a lot of power, but Nathaniel just beat a wild fighter who has a lot of power in Jose Delgado. So if he can do the same thing and not get knocked out and manage the pressure, I think Wood can beat him. Nathaniel Wood's career has been like you losing your rank up game in a video game. He gets a couple wins, then loses, then gets a couple wins, then loses. So you think, oh, he's knocking on the door of the rankings. His next fight is going to be against a ranked guy, and then they don't give him a ranked guy, and then he maybe even loses the fight and then goes on another streak and loses again. He's just been in unranked jail his whole career, even though he's very, very skilled. So he really needs this win because he's going to stay in unranked jail if he loses to Keita. Then next up, I got Mason Jones versus Axel Sola. I think this is going to be a 3-round war. Both these guys are really fun, really entertaining fighters. Jones is a slight favorite. The odds on him are pretty good. Axel Sola has a little bit less experience than Jones. Anything could really happen in this fight, but I am leaning Jones. Then I got Curtis Campbell against Danny Silva. This is a really hard fight to pick. Honestly, Danny Silva is not as bad as people say. He just went to decision against Kevin Vachejos. One judge even gave him a round, but his other 2 UFC fights were split decision wins. So I don't know about this guy. Seriously, like, Danny's just a little inconsistent. He sometimes puts it together, sometimes doesn't, sometimes just doesn't do enough. The skills are there. Like, going to decision against Kevin Vachejos is super impressive. No one in the UFC has done that yet except for him, but Curtis Campbell just has that dog in him, man. It's a slightly irrational pick. He is a favorite, so the bettors agree, but I got Campbell here. He's 8-0, undefeated, super fun fighter. I think anything can happen here. We might see a war. We might see a finish from Campbell. I don't know. I got Campbell though. Then I got Christian Leroy Duncan against Roman Dolidze. I think this is a huge lock. CLD is so entertaining, such a fun fighter, and really skilled. He's coming off back-to-back spinning back fist and spinning elbow KOs. Roman Dolidze is nearing the end of his career. He has managed to stay in the rankings for a very long time. He's fought the best of the best, but I think it is CLD's time. Roman Dolidze just does not look very locked in this camp. So I got CLD probably by finish. I know Roman's never been knocked out, but I think he could find that knockout. Then I got Iwo Baranowski against Austin Lane. Austin Lane's moving down from heavyweight, which is a very bad idea considering he's been knocked out multiple times at heavyweight. Whenever a fighter does that, it almost never ends well. Iwo is a super insane fighter. He just beat Ibo Aslan by KO, who I think is a better fighter than Austin Lane, so I got Iwo here. Then I got Michael Paige against Sam Patterson. I think he could pull this one off, guys. I don't know why they're giving him an unranked guy. Sam is good. He has threats. He has the submission threat. Michael has struggled against grapplers in the past, but I think Michael has just been there, done that. He's much better. I think he's going to pull this one off. I don't know if he's going to find a finish or not. He needs a finish because he has to beat the boring allegations. I don't think he's boring, but he does not have a finish yet in the UFC, so it would be nice if he got one, but I'm not sure if he will because Sam Patterson is very tough. Then I got Luke Riley against Michael Aswell Jr. Michael has been pretty inconsistent in his UFC career so far. Luke Riley has lost many rounds in his career, but has never lost a fight. He always pulls something out of his hat and finds a finish or something like that. So I got Luke here. I think he'll pull this one off. He does have the Paddy Pimblett plot armor as well, and he's much more skilled than Shem Rock. I think he'd beat Michael Aswell here pretty handedly. I think it's going to be a 3-round war, and then Luke probably finds a finish late. Then in the main event, this is such a tough fight to pick for, guys. I am leaning Movsar Evloev though. I'm not mad if you pick Murphy, but Murphy has just been taken down again and again and again in his UFC career. Does not show really good grappling. Isn't great off his back. back, doesn't really fight takedowns. I think Movsar is just going to pressure him. His striking is good enough to compete with Murphy. Murphy just went 5 rounds with Josh Emmett. You know, like that's really unimpressive. It was a very close fight against Josh Emmett too. A lot of people gave that to Josh. The Pico KO is a nice highlight, but he was losing that fight until he found the KO. Movsar has also had close fights. He is in close fights pretty frequently, but that's because he's fought some pretty good competition like Aljamain Sterling, Diego Lopez, and Arnold Allen. Either way, this fight's going to decision. Lerone Murphy does have plot armor on his side, and he has the judges on his side because it's, you know, in his home country, and the judges could be a little biased towards the guy who's fighting at home. We've all seen this. So that's a little worrying as someone who's picking Movsar, but I think Movsar is going to win here. Let me know, guys, are these picks terrible? And that's it. See ya.